Hi, I'm Natalie Schaffner and I host the Candlelight Trading Live Trading Room. I'd like you to take a look at the trade that we took today in the trading room in the Dow based on a reversal setup in my system using Fibonacci, and we also use order flow and market analysis to confirm our entries and our targets. In this trade, we took a total of 174 ticks of profit. We took 64 ticks on the first contract and then let the second contract run for 110 ticks, so total 174 ticks between the two contracts. I have left in some of the actual room narration to help with you to understand some of the things that we can do, so hopefully you'll learn something while watching the video. And I've also sped up the video at points just for the sake of time, because it does take a bit of time for the trade to play out. So first take a minute to read the disclaimer and then enjoy the trade. Our first target on this should be point of control at 530, and I'd like to see if it'll push up above that point of control. All right, here buyers stepped back in. I'm going to add another one. Okay, that's a great place to add, and if you didn't get in, I'd get in now. See how it went down there really fast? Point of control went down low on that bar, and then it popped, and buyers just started stepping in by the droves. So this should push up above point of control. Gonna push above point of control. There we go. This will be the trade of the day, to be honest with you. Who else is in this long? Now it's got this resistance. There's all this resistance in these 50s here, but I think we should push above it this time. So we should push above 550 and then we go. Anybody else in the long? This is a nice long. This long is going to move. Target one on this reversal is insane, 23,711. So basically, the value area high. What I'm actually going to do here, because we are going to get some kind of retrace, I'm going to take one off. Now what I'm going to look to do, okay, is I'm going to look for the retracement on this move up here, and I will look to take the second one right at the entry of the fib buy, because remember, I have big time target on here. Okay, I have a lot of room for this to retrace, a lot of room for the upside. So what I'd love to see, we had this prior little resistance in here, now should become new support. If we can retrace down into this level here, I will add a second one back in. But no matter what, I've already pocketed a whole bunch of money on the first one, like 300 bucks or something like that. Does that make sense to do it that way? I pocketed 320 on the first contract already. And did you do the same thing? Did you have two of them? Yes. Okay, great. So then we're going to look for the next entry. And if you did not get in on the first entry, you could take, we're going to look to take it on the second. You can take it on the second entry. And I got to get my fibs lined up right here. All right. Now we may not get a second opportunity. If this just takes out these highs and keeps on going, we don't have an opportunity quite yet. But there's definitely resistance, don't forget, up here at this 605 area, whatever this high at this wick was, 608. So even if we don't retrace here, we should retrace probably around that 608. We should get some other opportunity. Otherwise, no matter what, we're still in with one. I do not have a hard stop on this, as you'll notice. I'm willing to go ahead and let it retrace into these fibs. So I got my fib drawn on here. I'm going to look to add a second contract back in. And if not, I just ride this first one. This first one may even go all the way up to VWAP, and we may not get a chance to get a second one in. That's okay. But I want to get a second one in at a smart place where then when I move my stop, it protects them both. Minimal risk. So VWAP is up here at 638. So we may head all the way up to 638. And I may not get much of a retracement in. So we'll just keep moving the fib up, and we'll watch for a possible second opportunity to get a second one in. Like I said, this 608 is probably going to be, you know, we had some resistance there, so that might be a point we get a retrace. If it flies right through it, it flies right through it. I'm okay with that. We're up really nicely on this trade. This is the trade of the day. Didn't quite get up to the 608 yet. That high was 603, so close. Puts it right definitely back in the zone. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to, I'm going to take that other fib off. It doesn't have to necessarily get 100% up there, but it's just in that zone. Look at this. So far, just very shallow little retracements. So all well and good. Still, we're hanging in there. All right, we're heading up to that. That high is 60. Make sure that high. I'm pretty sure it was 608. Yes, 608 was the high of that wick. So we're heading right up in there, pretty close in there. I would expect that that point is where we're going to get a pullback. Right there, 605. Did it quite get to 608? Not quite, huh? Got to 605 is the highest we've gotten so far. So pretty close. All right, this looks like this may, let's get a footprint picture here, but this looks like this might give us our retrace. I am looking to add a second contract on this. I have no hard stop in here. You'll see I certainly am not going to let it all go back, but I am really just looking to see where I can get an add in here. All right, but let's see what we get. And if it pushes up through and breaks, then I think the next stop is if we break that 08. Let's see, did we hit 08? Yes, and we are breaking it. So next stop is going to be VWAP. So I'm not going to even worry about adding, deleting the fib altogether, and I'm just going to shoot up here for VWAP. We should head right up to VWAP, which lines up to that 50 EMA. At that point, I would say either take profit or really tighten up, because at that point, we probably will get a nice little pullback. So now this target here, you might be wondering, well, what's this target here, the 625, which it basically just about came into. That is the target. It doesn't apply for a reversal trade. So for a reversal trade, the target really ends up being right up here, 711. And I would really shoot for overnight high and developing value area high. I would like us to hold above this point of control. So, you know, putting stop below the point of control probably isn't necessarily a bad plan, because if we are going to continue higher, we really should hold that. Point of control is right here at 93. I'm gonna go to 90. I'm gonna put a stop in at 90. All right. If it retraces below point of control, goes below that 90, then I'll look for the retrace in the next entry in. All right. So we're back up here where we wicked. Let's see if we can take out that wick. Otherwise, if it doesn't take out that wick, we probably are going to make a move a little bit lower. And looks like it may be doing that. I am going to tighten up my stop a little more. Let's protect profit on this. I'm going to move my stop up to 97, and let's protect, because I do think this looks like it may, if it can't take out this high at 24, then it may get a little better retracement, and we'll look to get back in. Actually, I'll be done. It's 12. Holy cow, how did it get to be 1205? Definitely let's protect profit here. So let's see if we can take out this high at 623. That's that high. Time flies, huh? All right, if we take out that 623, here we are now. Let's push through it and let's head to VWAP. That's what I'm really targeting, is this VWAP. Did it take out 623, or we just got right to it? 624, it took it out by a tick. I am going to tighten up my stop a little bit more. Let's start to protect now. It's late in the day. So I have my stop here at 02, kind of trailing it bar by bar here. Looks like it's got strength to push through. Actually, I need to go a little lower. I'm going to go to 600. Let's see if it's got the strength to push through and break up above and get to VWAP. There's really nothing here that should stop it. We have resistance on this wick here. We're kind of pushing through that. Next resistance is at 645, and that brings us to VWAP. So I think we should get there. I'm going to take the fib off now, because now that I realize the time of day, I'm not going to hang out here and wait. Wick on that prior bar, the low is 604. 2 above that, we can go to 602. We are heading to VWAP. What a night. Did I tell you this was the trade of the day? VWAP is right up here. There we are. We are at VWAP. Let's tighten her up. I am moving my stop. My stop is now at 615. I'm actually going to raise it up to 619. So no matter what, that is protecting 110 ticks. Now remember, the reversal trade technically brings you up to this 23,711 for the first target. I would say value area high is probably, and overnight high are probably, you know, your first ones to think about. But if you want to trade this, you know, that is first target on the reversal. All right, and I'm about to be stopped out. I am out at 619.